My name is James C. Fields Jr. I'm a product. I'm a son. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a grandfather. And I'm a great-grandfather. And I'm proud of that. I'm a product of public education. And I'm a product of family values. And that's what we believe in. And we want to thank the women of Madison County for inviting us and all of you for coming out on this day, because this is a great day in history for us. You're about to see history being made. You have 3 great candidates. It's going to be a tough decision. But on June the 5th, when you walk into the ballot place, you'll be thinking, James Fields.
Hello everyone, I'm Sue Bell Cobb, and I'm so glad to be back again with the Madison County Democratic Women. I want to thank y'all for the fact that you have stayed very true during lean years. I want to thank others that have just joined in with the process. I've had several ladies tell me, you know, I haven't been involved in politics before. I haven't gotten involved, but I'm involved now because I'm concerned. 2 months from today, we must select the most electable candidate as a Democrat for governor for the state of Alabama. I know all of you have been very involved and very informed about the issues, and that you support women. Obviously, you support women. But you're not going to vote for a woman just because she's a woman. You're going to vote for her because she's the most qualified. And that's what I want to submit to you with my great respect for my wonderful guys that are running with me. I want to tell you that I was a judge, I've been a judge for 30 years. I became a judge at 25. As a juvenile judge, as a judge who traveled and held court in 40 of Alabama's 67 counties. I then won and became the first woman elected to the Court of Criminal Appeals. Then was fortunate to be honored to become the Chief Justice and lead the court system. Let me say this. The difference between being a judge and other elected officials is that the problems of Alabama are not theoretical to me. I've seen them. I've felt them. I've had those abused children in front of me. I've had those women desperate for child support and we're not doing what we should do. I've had women who, with domestic violence, who don't have child care and don't have enough places and services to be safe. We've got issues from Medicaid and our hospitals to education. I look forward to the opportunity to speak to each and every one of you individually, as well as today to answer your questions. I thank you so much already for the fact that you care enough to be here. I had a wonderful lady say to me, I took off today to be here. Is that great, y'all? I mean, took off today to be here. That's what we've got to have, are informed, caring citizens that will speak out and be bold in order so that we can answer the questions and deal with the obstacles that we have in Alabama. My philosophy is a rising tide raises all ships, unless they're anchored down. Help elect Sue Bell Cobb so we can remove those anchors that are holding us back. Thank y'all so much.
Good afternoon. My name's Walt Maddox. I'm mayor of Tuscaloosa, and I've been mayor since 2005. And to answer your question, I'm 45 years old. I was elected when I was 32. I'm a father. I have 2 children. Taylor, that's 15, she goes to Northridge High School, and Eli, who's 4, goes to Burner Elementary. I'm a product of the public schools, graduated from Central High School in 1991. Graduated from UAB with my undergrad and graduate degrees there, played football as well, so athletics gave me a venue to achieve success. But I'm running for governor because I believe in Alabama. I'm 45 years old, and my entire life we've been 46, 47, 48, 49th, and 50th, and everything that matters. There's not a function of state government that's not in crisis. And as mayor of the last 12 years of one of Alabama's largest cities, we've had to deal with the Great Recession. We had to deal with a tornado that destroyed 12.5% of our city. I know how to manage crisis, and I'm ready to be your next governor so we can manage the crisis of state government and once and for all be done with being in the lower portion of every ranking that matters to the children of Alabama, to the seniors of Alabama, and to all the people of Alabama. Thank you. Thank you. I failed in my responsibilities.
Okay, I'm the lucky one who gets the first question. Barring a scandal involving a Republican candidate, how will you, as the Democratic nominee, win? That's your first question. We'll start with James and then Sue, you get the first one next.
Barring scandal. Folks, we got a lot of scandal here lately, haven't we? I tell you, it's amazing what we're going through in our state, folks. And it's shame on us. Because government don't produce community. Community produces government. And if the community is not involved, this is the type of government that we get. But we can change that. Because Jamesville's life has always been built on commitment, integrity, and family. Serving as a pastor in the United Methodist Church for the last 17 years, and then serving the World Methodist Church for one quinquennium. We understand how to make things happen. We understand that you must be above board, because that's what Christ asked us to do. And so we have the ability to move this state forward, and we can get past this scandal. There won't be legislations passed that will affect you as taxpayers in what we've seen here lately. Thank you.
People in Alabama are tired of the drama, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're tired of the drama.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I know that what we're offering them as Democrats and those of us running in the Democrat ticket for governor is the fact that they know that they're going to have a choice of ethical leaders that are running for the right reason. And that's what I'm offering. How can we win? I truly believe effectively articulating the message and addressing the problems that are facing the people. I believe that my position and my proposal on what I'm calling the lifelong learner lottery resonates with the people. We make sure that we have the most ethical lottery commission that there possibly can be, transparent, and that it goes in a way that it will transform people's lives. My proposal on the lottery will fully fund 4-year-old kindergarten, will help with child care, will fully fund vocational career tech, so that we basically are meeting our workforce development needs, and then pay the gap for Pell Grants. If there's any money left over, I have an innovative way that I think we'll be able to help deal with what I consider a looming crisis in school debt, student loan debt. How can we win? We're going to win. Doug Jones proved, did he not? Thank you, I'm sorry. I can't hardly say my name in a minute now, y'all.
There are 2 reasons why I believe I'm best positioned to be the nominee of this party, which will win in November. Number 1 is geographical advantage. I come from one of the largest urban areas in Alabama, and you couple that with being in the Birmingham media market, where 40% of the state registered voters live. We have name ID, and we have 12 and a half years of proven success underneath crisis. The second thing, this election's about the future. Elections come down to narrative, they come down to momentum, and they come down to contrast. That we're talking about the future of Alabama. And as a Democrat, I believe that our campaign is best positioned to go against Governor Ivey in the Republican primary and talk about the future of the state. Because that's what this is all about. It's about us, but it's more about our children and our grandchildren, and they deserve to inherit a better Alabama than the one we did. And our campaign is going to be future-oriented and best positioned to win coming November.
Okay, questions from the floor? Just raise your hand if you have a specific question. Yes, Karen.
Could you talk about your positions on gun control?
I am absolutely convinced that there are reasonable and important ways that we can reduce gun violence that do not run afoul of the Second Amendment. There are absolute ways. We have got to have a governor bold enough to begin that conversation here in Alabama, and it be more than just conversation. I want to say again, the lifelong learner lottery that I'm proposing and that I'm convinced that I can secure passage of, because I've got that experience. I have proposed and worked and written legislation and put together grassroots efforts to make it a reality. That's what it's also going to take. With the lottery, there would be extra funds to help secure also programs for school safety. We want our students to be safe. I'm absolutely, adamantly opposed to arming teachers. I have yet to have a teacher say to me, oh yes, give me a gun, so I can decide, which hall to shoot down. So there are ways that we've got to do it, and we've got to begin that conversation even in Alabama.
Time.
If you would go to waltmaddox.com, I'd like you to look at a couple of things. Number one, I'd like you to look at my open letter to the NRA. I think that'll give you a good idea of where I stand on this issue. Today, we also were proud to earn the Mothers Demand Action Common Sense distinction for our position. So I agree with Judge Cobb. Arming teachers may be the most idiotic idea that I've heard in the legend. Well, since they didn't expand Medicaid, but we won't go into that. The second, let me tell you a few common sense positions. Number one, if you can't buy a Budweiser until you're 21, you surely can't buy a semi-automatic weapon. Second thing is we've got to be able to close the loopholes between mental health and ALEA. The third thing is we've got to eliminate items that can turn semi-automatic weapons into automatic weapons. I'm not afraid to take on those issues. We took them on in Tuscaloosa, and I'll take them on as your governor. I'm not going to sidestep this issue. It's unconscionable to me that we do not put common sense legislation in place to protect our children, to protect all Alabamians, and we will certainly be on the forefront. Check out our positions at waltmaddox.com.
Thank you, Walt. And thank you, Sue. Folks, we agree totally. There is no way possible that you're going to arm teachers with weapons. They don't go to school to learn how to shoot. They go to school to learn how to educate our children. That's the bottom line. NRA sent me a letter for a request to send back. I just laid it down. Then I got a second letter because, you see, I sit on the Alabama Wildlife Federation board. I'm a retired law enforcement. You cannot arm teachers with weapons. That is the wrong thing to do. We need to arm them with the tools that they need to educate our children. And when you start putting guns in school, then you're setting off a time bomb that is constantly ticking. And I don't want my child, my grandchildren, or my great-grandchild to be fearful of her or his teacher sitting up there with a weapon, and they go to the board and get a problem room and they teach them back. We cannot do that. NRA knows our position.
Time.
Thank you. Time's up. James Beal.
I want to welcome Christopher Countryman. He's arrived from, I'm assuming you were from South Alabama, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And give him a moment to introduce himself, and then he can join in our question set. Christopher?
Thanks. Sorry for running a few minutes late there. I was trying to get used to Alabama legislative time and being fashionably late for most things that need to be addressed, so forgive me for that. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you to the Madison County Democratic women to allow us to come here. It's going to be an interesting race. We've got a lot of issues in Alabama to address, and I was determined to make it here one way or another, and traffic doesn't always agree with us, but we're here. So thanks for having me, and I look forward to the questions and hearing on what each and every one of you have to say and what's important to you and the issues in your lives.
Can you speak to gun control? The other three did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
They wanted to ask me about the gun control.
First question.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. Yes, absolutely.
I guess since I arrived here, the thing I've heard the most is the suggestion that our teachers be armed. And like everyone else up here, I think that's an absurd idea. We've already seen in the news numerous situations across the country where teachers have accidentally shot themselves in the foot or disarmed a firearm in the classroom. If that accident's going to happen, how soon before another accident happens? How soon before a student or another administrator accidentally gets shot? Arming teachers is not a solution. That's a problem that's waiting to happen. We need to start addressing real issues and start making sure that we're looking at the facts and working on those and making our schools safer without just putting more firearms into the schools that could potentially make it a war zone. Today it'd be a teacher, tomorrow the entire administrative staff, then after that it just accumulates. We need to make sure that our students feel safe, and like we just heard a few minutes ago, our students aren't going to feel safe if we've got teachers up at the front of the class with firearms in their desks, hanging on the wall, concealed in their pocket or wherever they have them. We need to get surveillance in our schools, early detection, make sure that our administrators can identify stuff that may be happening before it actually happens. And there's a whole host of ideas that I've been putting it together that allow this to happen, whether it's closed circuit television, whether it's
Time.
surveillance.
Finish your sentence.
We can do it. So thank you, and let's go on.
Okay, several, yes ma'am, question?
Yes, I'd like to know if any of you are in favor of raising our taxes so that we pay